literally came from behind and jumped on me. Hey y'all, I'm here again with another YouTube video, and here I go again watching it. And if you are a returning viewer and you haven't yet subscribed, baby, what are you doing? It's really giving hate. And if you are a new viewer just not see my face, then make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. I got me some food. No, this ain't a mukbang. I just got some food because I was hungry, so I'm gonna be eating while talking to y'all. So as y'all see by that title, this is gonna be my fakest friend group story time. Now, I'm cool with all the girls now. I'm really cool with all the girls. Like, it's no beef, it's no drama with nobody. But you know, this happened in 6th and 7th grade. Like, okay, this friend group was from 6th through 7th grade. So everything that happened like 3-4 years ago. So we not tripping about it. We're not tripping over it now. I'm not friends with any of those girls anymore though. Like, none of us are friends, but we're all still cool. I took note on everything that happened. I don't know if this is going to be a part 1 and part 2 because I don't think it's that much stuff to be a part 1 and part 2, but if so, I will make it a part 1 and part 2. So we're gonna hop into this. So I gave everybody names already. Oh, I'm eating I got me a hot cakes meal from McDonald's. In case y'all wanted to see the food. Just in case y'all wanted to see. So anyway, okay, so in this story I had a friend like that was kind of my best friend, who she's like the reason we was a friend group in the first place. She was like my best friend in the 4th grade or 5th grade, 4th grade, something like that. And then she left the school for 5th grade, and then we reconnected in 6th grade. We're gonna call her Coke. And she had a sister, and we're gonna call her Pepsi. Coke and Pepsi. They had a friend who ended up becoming my friend, who at one point I think she was my best friend. We're gonna call her Sun. So we have Coke, Pepsi, and Sun, and we're gonna end it off there. Even though this friend group had much more friends, like, and once we hit 7th grade we got much more friends in the friend group, but for 6th grade it was only me, Coke, Pepsi, and Sun in this friend group. So now we're gonna get into the tea. We're gonna get into the story. We're gonna get into everything. Oh, and I want to say this: when I say fakest friend group, all of us did some messed up stuff. Like, all of us did some messed up stuff to each other. So like, I did messed up stuff, girl. I most definitely did messed up stuff. My friends did messed up stuff to me. They did messed up stuff to each other. It was like we were all growing and learning, but growing and learning with them particular friends, they was not it. Like, it was not it. Like, we all brought the worst out of each other. It was just a group full of drama, yelling, girls talking junk about everybody. Like, it was not okay. And I'm so glad I got out of all of that. I'm so glad. So we finna hop into it. So boom, this story time start in 6th grade with me, Coke, Pepsi, and Sun as friends. Since this happened so long ago, I kind of remember the order of events that everything happened, but not really. So I might get some stuff mixed up. Okay, so the first thing that happened, first thing on my note sheet, basically me and Sun became best friends because we had like all our classes together, but we all rode the same bus. So we see each other in the mornings, we go to each other's house in the mornings and wait on the bus. They would a lot of times come to my house because my house like was right in front of the bus stop, so they would always come to like my house, and then we get on the bus and we just go our separate ways. But me and Sun had like most of our classes together, so we were together in school and outside of school, and we used to like go to the park and stuff. So like, we were always together, so we just like started to call each other best friends. That's when we had this horrible idea, bro. I'm telling you, horrible. We had this horrible idea, like, so we were this is around a time where bisexual, like, you know, girls, a lot, like, girls started to come out as bisexual, girls started to come out as gay, and it was just starting to get popular for girls to like girls. So that's when we were wondering, like, do we like girls? Like, y'all, this is so embarrassing. By the way, I'm straight, y'all. I'm straight, but we're like, do we like girls? Like, should we date? Should we just try to see if we, you know? So me and Sun started dating. We were dating for like a day. I'm not even kidding y'all, like a day, maybe 2. And that's when I was like, I don't like I was like, no ma'am, I can't do this. I don't like girls. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. So I didn't know, like, okay, I thought we was just doing this just to do it, like just to play. I didn't know Sun actually liked me. that's when Coke and Pepsi got to arguing. Well, not arguing, but they got to like getting on me like, you're dead wrong for breaking up with Sun. She really liked you, all this other stuff. I don't think we can be friends anymore. Like, by the way, me and Coke is my friend. Like, Coke was my friend. Pepsi was her bigger sister. We were in 6th grade. Pepsi was in 8th grade. Me and Coke were friends, but Pepsi was also in a group with us because she would go outside, get on the bus with us in the mornings. Like, that's how all of us were friends. So Coke was like, yeah, like, no, you dead wrong for this. I don't think we can be friends no more. And we always got in drama. Like, this was just some of the incidents I remember because it was so much drama. Like, I'm telling you, every week we literally fell out for something dumb. Yeah, so I really forgot everything that was said. Like, I'm telling y'all, I don't remember. I just remember we got into it because they was mad that I hurt Sun. And I don't know, to this day, I don't know if Sun is bisexual or not. I think she is. Just based off what I've heard and seen, I think she is, but I don't know for a fact because I don't talk to her anymore. But yeah, after this situation, we all became back friends. Like, every situation we became back friends. I'm trying to tell y'all literally. But yeah, we became back friends, and that's when fast forward to the day I got jumped. The day that Coke and Pepsi jumped me. Like I said, we were always back and forth getting into some drama. So I think this is what started it off, but I don't really remember. I think this is where we was like, okay, it's time to fight. So one day I got suspended from school, or like I had to get taken out of school early because the boy that I was messing with, yes, we were messing with boys and getting in a drama about boys in the 6th grade, y'all, but he was saying, oh yeah, you're too skinny, I don't like you, I like thick girls and stuff like that. But he wasn't saying that to me, he was saying that to this girl, and then the girl would come back and tell me. Is that better? Is that better lighting? I hope so. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So I don't know exactly when the camera shut off, so I don't know what all y'all heard, but I'm just gonna like skip back a few steps in the story. So I think I was on where I said I don't like the girl that kept telling me that my boyfriend is my boyfriend that. I said I don't like her to one of my friends, and this other girl was listening. This other girl heard. She was like, you don't like so and so? I was like, yeah, I don't like her. That's when she went and told the girl. So a lot of stuff happened. We almost fought like 3 times that day, but the 3rd time I ran up on her. Hey y'all, sorry, my camera went dead, and I definitely finished eating that food because I was not gonna wait for the camera to charge for me to, you know. So anyway, so we're finna get back into this video. That day we almost fought like 3 times. Last time we almost fought was when I ran up on her to fight her, and then I got like yanked up by a teacher. And so basically, even though she wanted to fight me multiple times, I got in trouble and I got suspended and everything because the last time that we were about to fight, I ran up on her, which made me so mad. But like, you know, it's whatever. So okay, so yeah, that's when I had to leave. I had to leave the school early and get to the home early, and I was also suspended. So when my friends got off the bus, when Coke, Pepsi, and Sun got off the bus, they came to my door and knocked on my door, and I'm thinking they wanted to know what happened with me and the girl at school. So I see everybody recording. I see like boys recording. Y'all know how boys instigate. I see a whole bunch of boys recording and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on? Mind y'all, my brother was there when I answered the door, so my brother knew what was going on because he has common sense. My behind didn't know what was going on, so I'm like, you know, like, why is everybody recording? I immediately started to talk about what happened at school because I'm thinking that's what they came to me for. So I'm like, let's go to the back door. Like, let's go to my back door because why are they recording? So we go to my back door, and I'm trying to talk alone, and my brother's right there. He's like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm like, what? For what? Like, I was naive and I was dumb, and I didn't realize that they were recording because them girls were coming to fight me. They were not coming to talk. They're not coming to be all sweet and nice. They were coming to fight. And my brother caught on to that because everybody was recording, but I didn't. So that's when, after I told them everything that happened at school that day, they was like, okay, well, were you talking about us? I'm like, I didn't have time to talk about y'all. I had my own stuff going on. Wasn't nobody was studying y'all. Wasn't nobody worried about y'all. I was not talking about y'all. So they was like, oh, alright, because this and that, that and this. Like, okay, well, I wasn't talking about y'all. So that's how we left that. So then when they left and I closed the door, my brother was like, oh yeah, them girls were coming to fight you. I'm like, oh really? So I put 2 and 2 together, like everybody recording. They pulled up on me like 1, 2, and 3. Like, I'm like, oh junk, they was coming to fight. So that's when the next morning, since I was suspended, they still went to the bus. So I called them before they got on the bus. I'm like, so were y'all coming to fight me? No, I called, what's the names? I called Coke Coke left the house before Pepsi, so I saw Coke and I was like, were y'all coming to fight me? She was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight you because this and that and that and this. I'm like, for what? Like, we're friends. Like, I don't know, we just got to going back and forth. I don't know exactly what happened, what was said. I just know we got to going back and forth. Then Pepsi come out the house talking about, you're not finna touch my sister, you're not finna try my sister, this and that and that and this. I'm like, okay, well y'all were coming to fight me, so what do you mean? Like, so it was just a whole lot of going on. Mind you, Son was my best friend at the time, my best friend. So Son had came with me to see if they, like, to confront them about the fighting. So I told Son before we got there, I was like, if if Pepsi try to jump me or if Pepsi try to fight me, then you have to be there for me, you know, because you're my best friend. She's like, oh, I'm not gonna fight Coke. I'm not gonna do that. And I was like, okay, well, at least like hold her back or something. Like, what? Like, these are sisters. If I come for one of them sisters, you think the other, you know, like the other sister is gonna do the most. Like, the other sister's gonna want to fight me. They're gonna jump me. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I'm like, bro, you gotta be there for me because you're my best friend. So anyways, that situation ended up getting fused down. I don't remember how. I think the bus ended up coming or what. I don't know what happened, but they left and that whole situation was fused down. I don't know if we became back friends after that, but I think we did. I think we did become back friends, or that was the reason we fought. I don't remember exactly why we fought, but I just know there was drama and we fought. So one day after school, we were all on the bus and a fight broke out and everybody was doing the most on the bus and and at this time, it was one of the times where me and Coke had drama. Me and Coke had beef. So it was around one of those times because we always had beef. We always was friends, then frenemies, then friends, then frenemies. So that's when, after that, everybody was already riled up for another fight because everybody heard that me and Coke was beefing. So everybody was riled up for another fight. So when we get off the bus, y'all, this is the dumbest thing I could ever did. I put on a hoodie. I literally put on my jacket, pulled up the hoodie, like tied the hoodie. Dumbest thing I could ever do. So, and this was my first middle school fight, y'all. Like, my last video, that was my first fight. It was my first fight, but it was like my first one-on-one fight. It was like, I don't count this being jumped as my first fight because I was jumped. Like, that wasn't that, no. Like, my first fight was my first one-on-one fight, which was that last video that I did. But this was my first fight for real. Like, my first fight, like my first throwing hands with somebody in middle school. This was my first time doing that. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. And I ain't gonna lie, I lost that fight. I lost the fight. I ain't gonna say I got beat up because I didn't get beat up. Like, I didn't get on the ground getting stomped, kicked, no, but I lost the fight. So basically, we got off the bus. I put on my hoodie, tied it up like a dumb person. I can't cuss. I was about to cuss, but like a dumb person. And then this was so stupid. So they were like, oh, what we're gonna do is you're gonna fight Coke and then you're gonna fight Pepsi. So this boy was holding Pepsi back from fighting me while I was gonna fight Coke. So I think I started running up on Coke and then Pepsi came from behind and jumped on me. And I'm telling you, everybody got on my ass about that. Like, everybody got on me about it. It was like, oh, she Superman kicked you, she did this and did that and everything. I'm gonna have the video on the screen. And my friend at the time, like one of my closest friends that ended up becoming my best friend, she got on me about that. She's like, oh my god, that was so funny. Like, I know we're friends, but that was so funny when so-and-so jumped me and da-da. Yeah, I had a lot of fake friends at the time. And we were all like young and dumb and making mistakes. So I'm not finna say those girls are fake now because I hope everybody grew from that and learned from that and everything. I hope so, because I know I did. I know I'm not the same person I was back then, but anyway, child. So yeah, so my mom and my brother were both out. My brother had his first job interview and my mom was at work or somewhere. So they were both out. No, my mom wasn't at work. She was somewhere. So it was like, this is around the time where both my mom and brother usually is home. They're usually home. But at this particular time, they weren't home. They were both doing something to where they couldn't be home at the time. Like, my mama and my brother, they was like, oh, that was God. Because if we would have saw you getting jumped, we would have went out there and caught a case. But they was like, yeah, we would have went out there and caught a case. But anyways, y'all, so after that fight, bro, my mom, oh my gosh, bro, she literally called the police. I was begging my mom not to call the police, but she did. She called the police on them. And basically in the video, it didn't look like I lost for real. So the police was like, girl, like, I guess when they heard me getting jumped, they thought it was 15 girls on me, stomping me, hitting me. So the police was like, what? But then they was like, oh, since they did attack you and all this other stuff, basically we could have got them kicked out of the neighborhood. But my mom was like, nah, I don't want to do that, because just because they decided to jump my child, their parents didn't have nothing to do with that. So my mom was like, nah, I don't want them to get kicked out of the neighborhood or whatever. So after that situation, basically they couldn't talk to me no more. They couldn't like communicate with me no more. Like they couldn't really, like, it was basically a restraining order against me and them. But my dumb self ended up becoming back friends with them. So we all became back friends once again. And yeah, so one last thing that happened with this year in 6th grade. I'm gonna cut it between 6th grade and 7th grade. So the last thing that happened in the 6th grade was, now my camera turned off once again, bro. So I don't know where I ended off on, but basically the boy that I was telling y'all about earlier, the boy that I almost fought that girl over, the boy that was like, oh yeah, I don't like skinny girls, I don't like this, I don't like that about me. So that boy, Coke, the one that jumped me with her sister, ended up becoming together, like boyfriend girlfriend. They went out. So I'm like, what? So I get on the bus. When I hear this information, I get on the bus. I'm like, so you going out with so and so? And her sister, before she could even open her lips and say something, her sister was like,